I'm not really sure, but I know I'd be producing tooling and stuff for their production line.
Oh, that'd be really cool. And do you know anybody remotely related to that company for networking purposes?
Well, this guy I've known since second grade. He just ended up leaving the company about a month ago. And he got me that interview 4 years ago. So I kind of talked to him, and he said who to talk to or whatever, and I decided to go down. But he goes, don't mention my name. And I said, no problem. Thank you for telling me. Because I don't know what kind of influence that could have, but I didn't want to injure my chances of getting a job there.
Yeah, so you probably know that 80% of the jobs are had by networking. Somebody you know. Nobody wants to hire an unknown if they can avoid it. And that's been the rule for many years. And then COVID came through, and everybody kind of went on early retirement and creating lots of job openings, and people couldn't find people fast enough to fill the jobs. So networking wasn't enormously important as it typically is, but I think it's coming back again.
Yep, you're probably right about that. I noticed like 6 months ago it seemed like there was quite a few openings or something compared to what I see right now. And I'm not sure if that's my imagination, but I kind of think that was more so. So, and I'm being a little particular. I don't want to be driving down the freeway to Irvine or something like that, you know, or to South El Monte or, you know, somewhere 20-25 miles away. I've done that before, and I don't want to do that. So I'm being discriminatory. And as the situation gets more urgent, I may be more lenient on that requirement. I'm not sure. But it hasn't happened yet.
Well, I wish you luck, and I hope it's a job that you really like. That makes the job go by really, it makes time go by fast when you really enjoy the job. Boy, I used to interview many people for different not too many organizations, but the organizations I used to work for, and a lot of technicians. And I got to tell you a couple little stories. And one is all these people would come in and they would take my test. I have a written test. It's very simple. If you have to use a calculator or anything, you're in deep trouble because the answers are either 0, 1, 10, or 100. I made it kind of easy that way because I just wanted them to know the concept, that they could share it back with me, that they fully understand. So everybody was kind of failing, and then they went back to their teacher. I didn't know it was a group of people coming from a local job shop, and then they came back and take tests again, and they all got exactly the same score, 85%. So then I asked, okay, can you tell me how you got this answer? And I get the blankest stare, you know, and they have no idea, and they just memorized the answer, not the concept. I said, you know, if you guys wanted a copy of the test, I would have given it to you, and you guys could learn it, you know, the little simple circuits and concepts of electronics. And anyway, and then one guy came in wearing glasses, and I happened to be astute enough to know that they were false glasses, just whatever. And I said, are those prescription glasses? I asked him 3 times before he answered me. He said, no. And I said, well, why are you wearing them? And he said, the teacher said I would look more intelligent if I wore these glasses. He probably wished the earth had opened up and swallowed him when I asked him about that.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right about that. You can see him shrinking and stuff all the time. You want to shrink behind some object in the room. Yeah, that's a horrible feeling. Well, that might have planted a little bit of a thought the next time something like that started to happen and keep it from happening.
Yeah, it might. So, you know, the people that I end up hiring, they tell somebody else that might be in the vicinity or as they're leaving, or maybe an HR person, that, you know, they say, I didn't think I was going to get that job. That was brutal. And what people don't know is if I ask questions where everybody gets every single answer correct, then I have no idea where I need to provide extra training. So I try to make the test cover a wide range of areas in whatever topic they're applying for a job, just so that I can evaluate them in terms of not so much are they good or bad for the job, but if I do hire them, where do I have to give them more help and training so that they can be perfect?
Yeah, it sounds like covering all bases, you know, but I'm pretty confident anybody who hires me, they're not going to be able to throw much at me that I won't be capable of doing. Unless it involves like maybe heli-arcing, stuff like that. I can handle a MIG, even though I haven't done that for decades or anything. I know that if I got to set up a machine and everything, that is not a problem. Because I used to do that too. And, you know, there's not anything that I really am not willing to handle. I don't really like super heavy stuff that you have to use a crane to move into the machine or gantry or whatever like that. But, I know I could get a good deal going. I just need someone to give me a chance here. And if I kind of keep at it, I'm hoping here in the next couple of months.
Well, it sounds like you're comfortable with the job. I don't think you should have any jitters. Sounds like you know pretty much everything that they do. You have a friend that works there, and by the way, one of my dear friends I have a few blocks away from me used to work at Kohler Marine. That was a big marine supply company in San Diego. Anyway, he does welding. He does welding on these stainless steel structures and a lot of stuff for boats that people have. He's done this huge global stainless steel globe for the international border. He's done kinetic pieces for hotels in Las Vegas that mount way up on top of these big, huge hotels that they have there. Very, very talented. And he just recently got a UV laser and for welding. And the welding that a UV laser does is really incredible. Really tight control over the weld and the bleed, and beautiful, beautiful welding. Just incredible. He does these figurines, the man and a woman, and he has them cut out of a water jet machine at a different company. Then he takes these figurines, the two halves of the panels, and he welds them together. He puts a hole in them, and he injects something like 14,000 psi of water in it through a pressure washer machine, and it puffs them out and gives them three-dimensional look. And he's very creative. Super guy to know. KI6RF for ID.
Yeah, I agree that is. I think I know what you're talking about. You can vary the intensity of the laser on a scan, to give you a topological kind of configuration. And probably the same thing with the water jet, which probably smooths out a whole lot of the stuff that's really sharply defined and stuff using the laser. So yeah, that's incredible. That sounds cool, yes. I know somebody who had this laser machine that they were using to engrave the outside of cylindrical wooden legs, like on a table or something. You put any pattern or any logo or anything on one and put it into a file. And the computer, basically this thing would rotate, back and forth, and it would use the laser tube to actually reproduce the exact artwork that somebody has designed in the computer. Really amazing.
Yeah, that's right. And get the XY coordinatograph type thing to start doing it automatically for mass production. Wow. Yeah. So and years ago, back in the 90s, made a bunch of boards for